first trading session of the year. It was a swing to Z, but we did have the right bearish bias. As you can see, this is pre-market done at 9:34, where we expect price to go for the daily candle, and this is post-market of the daily post morning session of today's trading. So today was a swing to Z, as you can see, 9:30's lows protected, and we don't trade, we just range, and then post 12 we then take real draw on liquidity. So the reason we was bearish going into today is we was inside of this fair value gap here at this CSD for bullish, traded up inside, then we had this bearish CSD right there, and we was expecting lower prices. So ultimate draw on liquidity is here. Short-term target would be previous day low, and we take previous day low at take previous day low post pre-market. So our draw on liquidity is current daily low here, but yeah, that was the reason for a bearish bias. I'm going to keep this here, and I'm going to refer back to that later. Gone to the contract chart. We did make a new demo account. We took 2 losses. One was a very small loss and one was full amount, which I'm okay with, being a swing to Z. Ultimately the bias was correct, but the market profile we was in, the market conditions that we were in, was not great. So yeah, I do have a talking script of my funded account situation that I need to get out. So yeah, I'll post this before, and then I'll do that tomorrow, get the talking script video out of what my plans are. But I have made a paper account, 50k, just to simulate the same funded rules, just without the rebill. So yeah, I'll put the executions on and I'll show you the trade here. So like I said before, daily bias here. If we go into the 4-hour time frame, was also inside of this 4-hour order block right there, daily order block as well from here. What else do we have? 1 hour IFVG here that we made high of day on. We had SMT on high of day, so as you can see, ES took out this high, NAS did not. We had SMT on high of day. Out of time though, this was 7. If we'd have had this at 9:30, we would have seen a full New York reversal, but we did kind of get a New York reversal, and I'll touch on that on the NAS chart diagram. But yeah, that was really going into the day. We had bearish bias, S&T in the high of the day. The high day is out of time, but yeah, and that is why we used bearish bias. Now, we did have news at, I believe, 8:30, 9:45. Yeah, we did, 8:30, 9:45. Unemployment did nothing at all. But yeah, if we go down to the 1 minute time frame now and put on our thingies, regardless of this, if London had done this and New York, like, when I'd say New York, I'm talking about 8:30 to like 9:30, if we'd have then come up here, then we'd have seen a full New York reversal, and the target would be London. I'll touch back on that in a sec, but yeah, we made this before 8:30 and 9:30, and I believe at 9:33 we took the low hanging fruit, being the London low and low of days. Technically the job was already done, but also time was on our side. Well, time is what we was looking at. Cool, we knew we'd be bearish, but time wasn't the right time yet. We'd be looking for a new low post 10 a.m. So yeah, coming into the market, I believe we had a fair value mapped out as well. Yeah, we did. Oh no, this was news candle low. We can get rid of that now. That was news candle low. But the actual executions themselves were as followed. So we had here first presented here. We got this early entry first. How do I get back? Put that back on now. Essentially, I wanted to get my entry on the first presented. However, I did catch this entry 2 minutes before the macro. I had a limit on 50%. So the first entry was here, which we got later, but essentially when we come up into this one, I was expecting the first presented to act as a breakaway gap along with this one. So when we come up here, I put a limit order on 50% to then tag me back in. We traded back up into it, and you'll see the little signpost down here. The body closed over 50%. So what I did was I moved my stop loss to the wick high to cut costs. Initially my stop was here. No, I believe my stop was there. As the idea would be that's a breakaway, we wouldn't want to see price come up to that. But as soon as we closed past 50%, I said, okay, bet, let's cut our costs. So our stop loss at the wick high of the body that closed over, and then we got stopped for a very little loss of $66, which is absolutely fine. We was risking 1% today, which we did. We actually risked a bit under, but then going into tomorrow we'll be risking 0.5% to make that 1% back. And then yeah, so good risk management on the first trade. As you can see, closed about 50% equals stop loss at wick high. So we've covered that now. You can delete that. I believe that is also. So we also tap back into previous day low here, and we took out Asian, but previous day low had already been taken out, but just insightful to keep that on. And then when we come up to here, I had my limits on the first presented, stop loss at 930 high. Now if this would have been a New York reversal, 930 high would have been high of day and it would have been a protected high, but because we was at swing to Z, I didn't want to have my stop loss all the way up here, because what's the point? That'd be silly. Had a stop loss here. The idea was on the first presented, and if it comes above that, then we'll take the loss on the chin. So yeah, that's what we did. This was inside the macro 950. We come up into first presented, so I thought this could be good, quite promising. 950 right there. But yeah, it's all good. We took the loss on that. If we actually mark the timings, I can delete all this now, and I can take off executions. Let's just mark from midnight to midnight. As you can see, high day and low of day was never touched post 10, so we did have a swing 2Z. Now, what I wanted to cover was technically we did have a New York reversal. Now, reason being is we at 7 o'clock made high of day, taking out London high, and we then took out London low. So 7 till 9:30, we did complete a New York reversal profile. There was an entry. I believe someone in Flux's Discord did point this out. I think it was 850 macro. Yeah, 850 macro here. That had entries on this fair value gap. Went short of that. And put their stop. I believe they put it on the wick and then targeted London low. That was a nice trade. 850 macro playing out. So yeah, technically New York reversal did play out, but obviously that's not when we trade. So we kind of had a New York reversal today. Regardless, New York made high and we took out London low. That's a New York reversal. But for the R timings, 9:30, it did not play out. It was just swing to Z. So yeah, that's about it for today. Swing to Z profile. And yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow, and peace.